Jimbo's Garage.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. I'm Jim.
Nice to meet you, Jim. I'm Amanda.
Oh, welcome to Jimbo's Garage.
Thank you. I'm
Come
a
on
big
in.
fan. I've watched your videos.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're great.
Pretty much where everything happens right here. You know, this, all the welding, all the fabrication, everything happens right here. This is my office for my business and my wife's office here. And then this is, I have a construction company is how I initially make my living. You know,
Okay.
this is for fun.
This is for fun,
Yeah, so. And that's been good. That's all good. You know, I like construction. I like building things with my hands. You know, and so, but that's all been good for a living. You know, we've done well with that. But this is really my passion. You know, I really like welding. I like making things, building things. You know, I want to call myself a maker because it all started out. You know, I do anything. I can do anything. I can make or build anything, and my family knows it, and my friends know it, and you know, they say, "Hey, do you think you can make this for me?" Yeah, sure. Bring it over here. You know, I can do it. And then it was about 2.5, 3 years ago. Dane and my daughter Jenna and Dane, they said, "Hey, why don't we make a YouTube channel?" And of course, what's that? What's a YouTube channel? Oh no, because you make things all the time. You're constantly building things. You know, we can make something that you know, we can put out there, film it, and let people see. And I thought, okay, you know, whatever you guys think. You know, I don't know. I'll just do the stuff. You tell me what I got to do, and that's how it all started. So you know, they created the front page and did all that, and then the very first videos came out, and you know, of course, that's a learning experience in itself, trying to learn what to say, how to say, what to do. And it's been almost 3 years now, you know, 3 years in January, I think it'll be. So this is all the way back from day one.
Holy cow.
So this is way back. I mean, this is the first days of getting started. I can't read it. I got it up in here. You know, I put a couple videos out, and I you know, Dan had created that dashboard, and he goes, "Hey, look, I created this, and we can watch and see the subscribers and see, you know, things and see what's happening." And so, man, it's just like every day I'm out there going, "All right, I got another subscriber." You know, that's one. That's all great, awesome. And then I think our goal was, as we just got started, I think Dane said, "Let's try to get 1 subscriber a day. Let's get 30 a month." And so that was the goal that we looked forward to. Well, that happened fairly quick. You know, I mean, it was just a couple of months in, and it's like, whoa, you know, this seems to be moving along, you know, pretty good. We've definitely exceeded that. Oh, 219, 218 of 16, 10 subscribers. It's just slowly working its way up. Now we're up to, you know, almost 3 million views and 22,782 views.
So why keep a paper record?
Because I'm old school. It is a little different, you know, than just being natural like this. And all of a sudden, when you're getting ready to do something, the little red light comes on. It's just like
You forget everything. You forget how to talk.
Everything goes away. But you know, in time, you know, it's just something you get used to. And I do most of my own filming. You know, Dane has, you know, he helps when he can when he's here. But when I'm doing a project, you know, I do most of my own filming. And so it's just something you get used to. Okay, I get the camera over here, get zoomed in. Okay, press record. Okay, go do the project, come back, shut the camera off, move it over here. Get everything. Okay, come over here, do the thing. Okay, shut the camera off. You know, just it takes days, you know, to do a small little project. Where if I wasn't filming anything, you know, shoot, I could do a project in an hour or two. But you know, it takes literally days to put it all together, and then Dane edits it and, you know, makes it something. So, you know, I'll spend 30 or 40 hours filming something, and then he'll edit it into a 10 or 15 minute video.
Wow.
That's crazy. It is. It's nuts. But it does take a long time.
But it is different to just have it be you and the camera versus you, the camera, and then
And a
people.
bunch of people behind you.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I know. I can imagine. And I had that. We haven't had that much, but Dane is sometimes, or my wife, my family is in here when we're trying to do something. And it is kind of intimidating. That you just get taken away a little bit. But
So, going back to just your ability to make anything, have you always been that way? Did you learn it from?
Yeah, no, ever since I was a kid, and I'll never forget this. I must have been 7 or 8, and now my dad was a plumber by trade, so and my mom was a nurse, so he had no interest. My dad, he didn't have much interest in building or doing anything. He was just a fairly simple guy. But me, I was very interested and intrigued by anything mechanical at this young age. So I had to have been about 7 when I asked, when they said, "What do you want for Christmas?" I said, "I want a toolbox." And they got me this Craftsman toolbox outfitted with a bunch of tools, and I have every one of those tools still today.
Oh, wow.
So at 8 years old, I'm looking lawnmowers, I'll take them apart, put them together, I'm just doing anything I can to work with my hands and build things. I just found that very fascinating, and here it is. I'm in my upper 50s and still loving every minute of it. It's really kind of my passion. So. Nothing is ever perfect, that's for sure, and that's a lot of commenters, they say, "Hey, that's one thing I like about you, you're honest, you tell it how it is, and things, mistakes happen," and it really does, so it's not, I can't sit here and build something and everything go absolutely perfect. There's definitely problems, you're having issues and mistakes are made, and, but, you have to film all that and let everybody know it's not a perfect world, things do. But at the end, the project turns out pretty good, so that's the beauty of it. It's fun. It's just a lot of fun for me. My family's been very supportive through this whole process because I spend most of my time out here and very little time in the house, So, and my wife, my kids they're grown up and gone, but so my wife she's very understanding, and she comes out here and she helps a little bit, farts around and stuff, but I'm very lucky that she's understanding that part of it because I spend most of my time out here.
You self-taught at welding?
In high school, when I went to high school, I took in my freshman year metal shop. Then in my sophomore year it was metal 2, metal 1, then it was metal 2, then it was metal tech 1, then it was metal tech 2. So I did the whole process, and then I was a teacher's assistant in metal tech 2 in my senior year. And then out of high school, I got a job. I took a job as a welder out of high school, but that was only for about a year and a half. And then ironically, I left that job to get into to go into the grocery business, out of all things, It just, I got an opportunity to do that, and I did that for about 10 years and realized that's not for me.
Like running a grocery store?
No, just working in a grocery store, and just doing, being a clerk and stocking shelves. And I can't really remember the reason why. The welding deal, I think, paid less. I was just a kid at the time, and I had better opportunity and benefits in the grocery business, so I chose to go there. That lasted for about 10 or 15 years, and then I decided, I just can't do this. I got to do something with my hands, and this is how I got started in construction. So there was a big gap from getting out of high school and doing welding out of high school and then doing everything else until just this last, I want to say 10 years. 10 years ago, I bought a welder, and I just, as a hobbyist, just started doing miscellaneous things. I needed to make something, and I said, man, I want to get a welder, and I started researching it and ended up with this blue one right here.
Okay.
And that was the first one, and I started just doing stuff like, oh man, fun, I'm back in it, and this is good. And
it was like riding a bike?
Oh yeah, yeah. So, and of course watching other videos. Jody is a great inspiration and a great teacher. I mean, he really, if I have any issues that I'm not certain about, I'll either call him, talk to him about it, or go back to one of his videos and say, I think he had a video that had this. Let me go. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh yeah, there it is. I know, so it answers all the questions I have, and so that's the way it is. It's all good. So. And constantly learning. You're constantly learning. It's not like this is you know everything all the time. Jody just released a video this morning too, and he said that he had mentioned that he is constantly learning. Now here's a guy that's got just multiple years of experience, been doing it most of his life, and he's constantly learning. We all do. We learn every day. Every day is a learning experience. And just like with this gas video, wow. That was a learning experience. It was a great experience. I learned a lot from it. And so, you're learning every day, that's for sure.
What kind of questions do you get from viewers?
How do you keep your shop so clean all the time? That's the biggest thing. I mean, that is probably the biggest thing. How is your shop? You never do anything in this shop. You know what? That's not true. This place is a disaster when I'm fabricating stuff. It may not look like it. This is what it looks like every day because I'm just OCD. Everything has to have its place. It's got to be perfectly clean. I've always said a good job is a clean job, or a good shop is a clean shop. And so I've told my subscribers or people that ask questions, they say, how do you do it? Well, if you're organized, at the end of the day or the end of the night or whenever it is, it only takes 5 minutes to completely clean your shop up, and you're fresh and you're ready to go for the next project or the next day, and you always know where everything is. I put every single thing back. I know exactly where everything is, and that's just the way that I think you can do a good project by just keeping everything organized and having everything clean. So that's one of the big questions. I want to say 99% of the comments are positive. There's one guy you'll get out there that will say you don't know what you're talking about or this and that, and I all the comments I have to approve them before they go live. Like right now they're sitting in a bank and there's 14 of them, and until I approve them, nobody can read them. Just because I want to keep it positive, but 99% of them are all positive. There's never anybody that's really negative. And I wish I could be more natural like this when I'm doing my own stuff.
Well, from what I've seen in the videos, this is who I see.
Oh, that's good.
So if it's not natural, you can't tell.
Well, good. It doesn't feel like it is. I tell you, just especially last night. It was last night. The video we just did. Oh my gosh, I must have did 5. It was such a simple outro. It was just 30 seconds long, and it was like 5 or 6 times. I mean, come on! I just want to say 3 words, and it's just it gets so difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
But.
Have you ever published like a blooper video?
Yes.
Oh man, I love bloopers.
Yeah, that was a really good. That was a really good one. I made a chair. Oh, so the video I did for Fine Tools was I made this chair that turned into a ladder. It was a chair, flipped it over, and it was a step ladder. It was kind of interesting. And in the blooper part of it, I was testing the chair out. I was at the very end of the video, and I said, okay, so this is how it works. This is the chair, and then you flip it over, it becomes a step ladder. Yeah. And then I went to step up the step ladder, and the chair collapsed, and I just folded on my legs, and I hit the ground, and got all that on video. It was pretty cool. Luckily, it could have been a lot worse than what it was, but that was nothing. But the bloopers are good because, like I said, you film, and the cameras are going, and you make a mistake. And there's nothing that I can do except if the camera's here and I'm over here and I make a mistake, it's like, oh God, and then I gotta come over here and shut the camera off. And so there's footage that you get that you don't want to get, that you do get. And Dane was able to keep all that and put it aside and create that blooper video, which was pretty awesome. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I just think it makes it real. It just makes it real. It makes you more human, and I think people relate well to personalities that they see on YouTube or on TV that they can relate to, that aren't perfect. They're not plastic. They're real people.
And that's what I get a lot. I think that's what people, they say, hey, you know, it's your real. You know, I appreciate that you make mistakes too. We all make mistakes, and you admit to them. Well, yeah, you know, it's reality. Nothing's perfect. You know, it happens.
Get out of here.
It smashes it and sends it into the bucket. I don't have a bucket right there. Perfect. That's it.
That's awesome.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.